and honor that welcome you all to this special day, the Global Data Privacy Day, which is celebrated simultaneously across the globe. As you may be aware, the Global Data Privacy Day is the anniversary of the 20th January 1981, when the Convention for the Protection of Individuals with regard to automatic processing of personal data, that is Convention 108, was opened for signature. The day has therefore been set aside by the international community to create awareness on the rights of data subjects and the need for lawful use of personal data. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, the 2024 Data Privacy Day lends itself a historic opportunity to reflect on our collective task of protecting the rights of our citizens and securing the interest of our nation in the restless theater of the fourth industrial revolution. In Nigeria, the right to privacy is not alien to our own legal system. It is enshrined in Section 37 of the 1999 Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. For ease of reference, it states the privacy of citizens, their homes, correspondence, telephone conversations, and telegraphic communications is thereby guaranteed and protected under the law. To this end, in 2019, the Data Protection Regulation was issued as a subsidiary legislation to the Data Act of 2007. In order for us to move closer to national adequacy and global transfer of data, the Nigerian Data Protection Bureau was established on the 4th of February 2022 by the former President Muhammadu Buhari. The world today has moved beyond extolling the economic power of data as a new oil. Rather, more and more countries are introducing practical, interoperable measures for exploring this symbolic oil and channeling it into sustainable development. With over 220 million data subjects, Nigeria has made significant progress in data exploration. However, under the crude oil mined onshore and offshore, data is volume, value, veracity, velocity, and variety are derived through our individual activities as well as inactivity. This obviously poses a grave risk of abusive exploitation, assault to privacy and the dignity of human person, and untimely, it may put the entire nation in peril if we fail to regulate this value chain. Consider the impact on over 8 million people across the globe, and the global digital economy, which is currently estimated at about 50% of the global GDP. The world cannot afford to let the data value chain grind down to an avoidable disaster. What then have we been doing, and what's our proposition towards ensuring a stable data processing ecosystem in the country? First, we need a SWOT, and it is strength, weakness, opportunities, and threat to the data privacy ecosystem in Nigeria. And we came out with a 5-year strategic roadmap and action plan. This is to ensure that we do not wallow in conjecture as we address the challenges of data governance, particularly in a field that will be resistant to regulatory oversight. The National Data Protection Strategic Roadmap and Action Plan 2023 to 2027 comprises of 5 pillars and 69 major initiatives. The pillars are A, governance; B, ecosystem and technology; C, human capital development; D, collaboration and cooperation; E, funding and sustainability. It is really important to state and to know that the pillars are in consonance with the 8 presidential priorities targeted by Mr. President, His Excellency, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR, and the strategic blueprint of the Federal Ministry of Communications, Innovation and Digital Economy under the able leadership of Dr. Bosun Tijani. For instance, in the area of governance, we're looking at the laws governing data privacy and protection in Nigeria, the policies that we can bring out, frameworks and guidelines that we can really bring out to ensure that we have a robust data privacy ecosystem in Nigeria. You all recall that under the ministry's blueprint, there is one pillar which is mainly speaking about policy. That is the kind of policy that you can put in place to drive the digital economy in Nigeria. This area of governance absolutely resonates with that. Look at the issue of ecosystem and technology. We are looking at how to develop indigenous solutions that can address specific actions or specific pillars or initiatives that we have under the action plan which we have actually developed. And part of what we have put in place during this Privacy Week is to have a program that is hackathon, looking at some solutions that can actually address specific issues in the area of the Nigeria Data Protection Act in the country. And you recall also that under the Minister's blueprint, there is one pillar on innovation and entrepreneurship. These are closely related. We look at collaboration and cooperation. And under that of the ministry, you have trade. These are how do we collaborate with each other and the foreign countries in the exchange of data. Cross-border transfer of data is really key. That what measures can we put in place to ensure that whatever we put in place in Nigeria or in Africa as a continent resonate with what happens in other countries or other continents. Within a year, we have already achieved 2 of the 3 most challenging targets of the 5-year roadmap. The enactment of a principal legislation on data protection, that is the Nigeria Data Protection Act, NDPA 2023, was a major turning point in Nigeria data privacy and protection journey. We must salute the vision of Mr. President, who saw the importance of the law to the current administration's priority areas and signed the Nigeria Data Protection Bill into law barely 12 days after assuming office. Through the law, the Nigeria Data Protection Commission was formally established as a statutory successor to the Nigeria Data Protection Bureau. Significantly, the Act fulfills a treaty obligation to establish an independent supervisory authority and put in place adequate safeguards of data protection as provided under the 2010 ECOWAS Supplementary Act on Personal Data Protection. This is also in line with the dictates of the African Union, that is Malabo Convention of 2014 on cyber security and personal data protection. It is worthy of note that NDPA not only codified fundamental safeguards for privacy as intended by the Constitution, it also ensures that whenever the provisions of the Act, laws, or regulations are in conflict with the provisions of this law, as far as personal data processing is concerned in Nigeria, the provisions of the Nigeria Data Protection Act prevails. Ladies and gentlemen, the remaining one of the 3 most challenging targets is awareness. This also resonates with the need for building capacity. The Commission, as you know, is keen on building a globally competitive pool of data protection experts who will be able to discharge the duties required of them under Section 32 of the NDPA. We have identified at least 500,000 data controllers and processors in the country who need qualified DPOs in order to meet the obligations under the law. We cannot afford to subject this pool to compulsory foreign certifications, and this will put pressure on our local currency and defeat the aims and objectives of federal government's executive orders 003 and 005. Rather, we have concluded arrangements for the licensing of an indigenous certification body with global standard and international spread to fill the gap. This is in addition to the invaluable efforts of the Commission in building internal capacity of staff in collaboration with various stakeholders, such as the Identity for Development Project Office in Nigeria, European Commission, and Smart Africa, among others. suffice to state that we have taken some organizations in the academia, private sector, ministry, department, agencies of government through data protection induction trainings to introduce them to the basic data protection ethics and practice with the aim that they will put in place measures to build on our modest effort. As memorably remarked by Albert Einstein, no problem can be solved at the level of awareness created by it. We are confident that through our cooperation and support, we can overcome this particular challenge. The Commission is also breaking new grounds in terms of regulatory oversight of the ecosystem. We have inaugurated the Nigeria Data Protection Act General Application and Implementation Directive Committee. It is worthy of note that our 10 experts at the Commission are already driving this process in collaboration with stakeholders from the industry. This is a testimony of the Commission's investment in capacity building and knowledge exchange programs with sister regulators in other jurisdictions. Under the guide, the Commission is bringing attention and legal guidance to critically emerging areas of data protection and Africa, data protection and artificial intelligence, data ethics, and cross-border data flows, among others. We are leveraging collaboration with other regulators in order to achieve systemic impact in different sectors. We have existing memoranda of understanding with regulators such as the Federal Competition and Consumer Protection Commission and the Nigeria Institute of Transport Technology, while others such as the Central Bank of Nigeria, National Lottery Regulatory Commission, National Health Insurance Authority, Small and Medium Enterprise Development Agency, Committee of Vice Chancellors, and National Board for Technical Education, among others, are ongoing. You may recall that recently, the National Board for Technical Education has now issued a directive that the HND computer science in all protect Nigeria will be broken into 4. One of these areas is the one on cybersecurity and data privacy. This is based on some of the discussion that we're already having with them. We want to develop a level that data privacy, data protection will have, some universities will be offering degrees in data privacy and protection in Nigeria. At the international level, we are working with other data protection authorities across Africa. We are working with Ghana, we are working with Kenya, with Mauritius, Popia in South Africa, and the Federal Trade Commission of the United States government. We are also working with the Information Commissioner's Office in the United Kingdom. Particularly, we are developing a memorandum of understanding with them that will address specific areas such as knowledge exchange on data privacy and protection, mutual legal assistance on investigation on data breaches, mutual legal assistance on enforcement of cross-border transfer decision, and mutual legal assistance on intergovernmental information sharing. A lot of people have asked us questions on the scope of our law, which says that if you're a data controller or data processor, you are domiciled in Nigeria outside the country, you are processing data of a Nigerian. They keep asking us, how do you want to enforce the law in other countries? This is part of what we are trying to, how we are trying to achieve this, work with other DPAs across the globe. And MOU that we are trying to develop with ICO, we already, is one major pillar that we're trying to address there. And also the Federal Trade Commission in charge of data privacy in the US. In the area of complaints and investigations, we have received over 1,000 complaints, and after thorough review, 50 have been verified. We keep receiving complaints on a daily basis. And this is still emerging in Nigeria. I'll give an example that a country like Finland, about 6 million people, they receive about 11,000 complaints every year, as compared to us in Nigeria, a country of 220 million people. But it's time this we really grow this awareness. You can imagine the number of complaints we'll be receiving on a daily basis. But we must know that all these complaints may not be worth investigating. For instance, something happened between husband and wife, they are reporting to us. If it does not impact seriously on their identity, we will not be able to investigate that. But we'll just sit them down, we advise them what to do. But after proper verification, we have commenced investigation into 50 of these complaints, covering different sectors such as education, consulting, government, logistics, gaming industry, and so many others. And 17 major cases already ongoing. It will also interest us that some of the ones that we have concluded be able to generate over 400 million naira to government cover in terms of repetition fee, because our own approach in Nigeria is not about issuing penalties or fines, which will be too huge or too heavy or too burdensome on the part of data controllers and processors. And at the same time, we are trying to encourage the use of doing business initiative of government. So what we'll be doing is to issue remediation fee, and we take them through compliance. We monitor them for 6 months to ensure that they do the right thing. We want to build a culture of data privacy in Nigeria that is very robust and comparable to anyone in any part of the globe. In addition, to foster compliance, we have increased the number of data protection compliance organizations from 103 to 163. Our target is to even hit 1,000 with this. We are looking at over 500,000 data controllers and processors. At 20% compliance, we are talking about 100,000 data controllers and processors, and each of them would need a DPCO and a DPO. So even if you still have 1,000, at 100,000, you are still looking at about 10,000 per DPCO. So the potentials are huge, and we are just trying to build gradually. We don't want to saturate the market with too many DPCO. So we are doing 103 now, but the projection is that we'll get to over 1,000 very soon. As a result of this, annual audit filing has increased to over 2,000 from as low as 632 when we started. While the community revenue in the sector is estimated at about 6.2 billion currently, and approximately over 10,000 jobs have been created in this ecosystem. It's also worthy of note that Nigeria has now been admitted to the Global Privacy Assembly, made up of over 130 countries. This is in addition to being an active member of the Network of African Data Protection Authorities. Membership of these organizations is a credence to our international recognition and the modest traction that we have garnered in the data protection ecosystem in Nigeria. In the coming days, we shall commence massive awareness for all data controllers and processors to register with the Nigeria Data Protection Commission. This is a major requirement under Section 5D of the Nigeria Data Protection Act. And non-compliance will be treated as a breach under the Nigeria Data Protection Act 2023. A comprehensive outline of our progress and next steps will be made public through the Nigeria Annual Data Protection Report that will be released at the annual anniversary and award ceremony scheduled to hold on the 4th of February 2024. In line with our tradition, this week, that is the National Privacy Week in Nigeria, beginning from today, which is the Global Privacy Day, is designated as the National Privacy Week. We shall be hosting a number of events, including but not limited to a capacity building program, a policy dialogue, the grand finale of Privacy Hackathon, Adopt a School Initiative, sensitization events, and the second anniversary and award dinner of the Nigeria Data Protection Commission. We must extend our profound gratitude to Dr. Bosun Tijani, the Honorable Minister of Communications and Innovation and Digital Economy, for the unwavering support the Commission has enjoyed under your dynamic leadership. Thank you, sir. The leadership of the National Assembly, particularly the chairman of the ICT and Cybersecurity Committees of the Senate and of the House of Representatives, have been of tremendous support to us. We appreciate you, sir. We also thank the World Bank, the French Development Agency, the European Investment Bank for the support being rendered to the Commission through the ID4D project office in Nigeria. We have many stakeholders in the ecosystem that have been supporting to us, sister agencies, NCC, NIDA, NICOMSAT, Galaxy, NIPOST. We really appreciate your support so far. In hosting this event, we enjoyed support from a lot of sponsors, as you can see from the banner, Huawei, they've always been supportive, Zenith Bank, MTN, so many of them that really supported us. We really thank you for your support so far. In conclusion, it is important to reiterate the purpose of these efforts, which is protecting lives and livelihoods in a world of phenomenal disruptions. We can only ensure that everyone plays their roles this greater task if we identify them and know how their activities impact citizens and the economy. This is why legislation of data controllers and data processors of major importance is sacrosanct. We must ensure that dark web barons and criminal exploiters of personal data do not make Nigeria a heaven. For want of cooperation among bona fide data owners and data users, failure to obey the law will attract penalties. No organization in the public and the private sector will be allowed to treat Nigerians as second-class citizens. When it comes to respect for the data privacy of Nigerians, those who choose the crime must do the time. As members of the fourth estate of the realm, the nobility of your profession depends on an ecosystem that respects the rights of citizens. It is thus our collective interest to work together to secure Nigeria's present and future in the frontiers of the fourth industrial revolution. I thank you all. God bless.